Welcome to Pell's Fundamentals. You can find more videos just like this on our YouTube channel, and the sources are linked below. Today we are bringing you a Faroe Islands news report for Thursday, January 23rd, 2025. We'll cover politics, news, health, and more. But first, let's get a sense of the weather.
Right now, it's windy with gusts from the southeast, bringing rain showers across the Faroe Islands. This is due to a low pressure system east of Cape Farewell.
So typical Faroe Islands weather then. What are the specifics?
Currently, the winds are moderate, about 8 to 13 meters per second. The skies are seeing shifting cloud cover with scattered showers.
And what can we expect as the day progresses?
Tonight, the winds will pick up, shifting to strong easterlies at 10 to 15 meters per second. We can anticipate overcast skies and rain. Temperatures will stay between 2 and 6 degrees Celsius.
All right, so not a great night for stargazing. What about Friday?
Friday will bring more of the same with fresh to strong easterly winds. Variable cloud cover with occasional showers, later becoming overcast with more rain. By evening, the winds will decrease to moderate northerlies or northwesterlies. Temperatures will be between 3 and 7 degrees Celsius.
So more of the same blustery conditions. Now everyone's wondering about the weekend.
Saturday looks to be a wet one with strong westerly winds and overcast skies. Expect frequent rain showers or even squalls. Temperatures will hold steady between 3 and 6 degrees Celsius.
Sounds like a good day to stay indoors. And Sunday.
Sunday offers a bit of a reprieve. There will be moderate to fresh winds from the west and southwest, bringing a mix of sunny spells and scattered showers. There's a chance of sleet or hail, but the winds will decrease as the day progresses. Temperatures will be between 1 and 5 degrees Celsius.
Okay, so a chance to maybe catch a glimpse of the sun. What does next week look like?
Monday brings a return to fresh to strong easterly or northeasterly winds with overcast skies, and rain developing later in the day. Temperatures will be between 4 and 7 degrees Celsius.
So another day for indoor activities. What about Tuesday?
Tuesday will have fresh to strong northerly winds and variable cloud cover with scattered showers, possibly turning to sleet. Temperatures will be between 1 and 4 degrees Celsius.
Well, it seems like the Faroe Islands will be experiencing quite a range of weather in the coming days. Now let's shift gears and look at some of the top news stories.
There's been a development in the business world that's making headlines. The Faroes construction company Articon has been sold to a Danish company called Per Arslef Holding.
This follows the sale of other Faroes companies like SMS and Faroe Kipsentuka.
It does. And the Minister of Foreign Affairs and Industry, Hanja Hoydal, has expressed his frustration with this trend of Faroes companies being sold to foreign entities.
What are his plans to address this?
Hoydal is planning to meet with industry representatives to discuss the trend and explore potential solutions.
Meanwhile, two young people from the Faroe Islands are participating in something exciting today.
Yes, they are delegates in the Youth Parliament at the Danish Parliament, joining 179 other young people from Denmark, Greenland, and the Faroe Islands.
That's quite a gathering. What will they be doing?
They will be debating 60 legislative proposals, covering topics such as health refugee policies, climate change education, and crime.
Sounds like a valuable experience for them. And any successful proposals?
Those will be submitted to the Danish government for consideration.
Moving on to the fishing industry, there's been some concern raised by Notice Skip, the Association of Fishing Vessel Owners.
They are concerned about the impact of shortening the validity period of fishing licenses. They argue that it creates uncertainty and makes it difficult to secure financing for fleet renewals.
Why is that a problem?
Financing institutions often rely on the security provided by the license durations, especially given that 3 new ocean-going vessels have been added to the fleet in recent years.
Interesting. And there's also a story developing around the Danish shipyard Fayard.
The Danish Minister of Defense Troels Lund Poulsen has launched an investigation into the shipyard's practices.
Why is that?
Fayard has been servicing vessels from both the Danish Navy and the Russian Shadow Fleet.
What is the Shadow Fleet?
It's a group of tankers that transport Russian oil while trying to evade sanctions.
I see. And what's the concern with Fayard servicing both Danish and Russian vessels?
Lund Poulsen wants to know if this poses any security risks. He's requested a report from the Danish Defense Material and Procurement Agency, the FMI, to assess the situation.
So there are some concerns about potential security risks. Now, shifting to health news, we have a story about a dedicated individual in the Faroe Islands.
Seon Ola's daughter Hansen dedicated 30 years of her free time to maintaining the Faroes Cancer Registry.
That's quite a commitment. What is the Cancer Registry?
It tracks cancer occurrences in the Faroe Islands, providing data for researchers studying cancer trends and potential contributing factors within the Faroes population.
What happens to the registry now?
It's now under the management of the Health Authority, ensuring its continued maintenance and accessibility for researchers.
That's great news. Now let's take a look at the arts and culture scene in the Faroe Islands.
There's a new book by Snorri Brend titled Lucia Alwuni, which translates to The Light on Oiri.
What's the book about?
It celebrates the 75th anniversary of the Havanasan Church, but focuses on the people who make up the church community rather than just the building itself.
So it's a more personal look at the church.
Exactly. Brend shares the stories of those who have dedicated their lives to the church, offering insights into the human element at its heart.
That sounds like a unique perspective. We'll have to check that out.
Picking up where we left off, there's some positive news from the energy sector.
Oh, good. What's happening?
SEV, the Faroe Islands power company, announced that its green energy production set a new record for the fourth consecutive year in 2024.
That's impressive. How much did it grow?
Green energy production grew by 18% last year, out of the total electricity production for the country, which was 480 gigawatt hours. Just under 57% came from renewable sources. A little over 43% was generated using oil.
So almost 60% is green energy now. That's a significant milestone. What are the primary sources of renewable energy in the Faroe Islands?
Primarily wind and hydropower. Wind power has seen tremendous growth, almost tripling since 2021.
It's remarkable progress. Are there any regions that are particularly advanced in green energy production?
Sugaroi, the southernmost island, had entirely green electricity production for over 110 days in 2024.
Wow, over a third of the year. And what about nationwide? Did the entire country achieve any days of fully green energy?
Yes, in 2024, the entire Faroe Islands ran on 100% renewable energy for a total of 8 days.
That's fantastic. Clearly, the Faroe Islands is moving towards a greener future. What about hydropower? What contributed to its success last year?
The rainfall, particularly in August and December, significantly boosted hydropower production.
So nature played its part too. How did this surge in green energy affect oil-based energy production?
Oil-based electricity generation decreased by a little over 8% in 2024.
That makes sense. As renewable energy sources grow, the need for fossil fuels naturally declines. Now, earlier we discussed the Danish shipyard Fjord and its servicing of both Danish and Russian vessels.
Yes, there are concerns about this situation.
Could you elaborate on the potential issues?
Some experts suggest that Fjord servicing both types of vessels might inadvertently expose sensitive information or technology.
That's a worrying thought.
Huh.
What about the ethical implications of servicing vessels from a country engaged in conflict?
There are concerns that even indirectly supporting these tankers could be seen as contributing to the conflict, as the revenue generated might fund military operations.
So a difficult situation. How is the Danish government addressing this?
The Danish Minister of Defense Trolls, Lynn Poulsen, has requested an investigation into Fjord's practices to assess the security risks. The Danish Defense Material and Procurement Agency, the FMI, is preparing a report with recommendations.
What has been Fjord's response?
Fjord maintains they are not breaking any laws and are simply providing essential services to ships, regardless of their origin.
That's their stance. But it doesn't address the ethical complexities of the situation.
Absolutely. The Danish government is under pressure to take a stand, but also must consider the economic consequences.
It's a balancing act for sure. We'll continue to monitor this developing story. Now, before we move on, I'd like to highlight the importance of citizen journalism.
Indeed, citizen journalism plays a crucial role in shaping public discourse and holding those in power accountable.
Welcome back to the final part of our Faroe Islands news report for Thursday, January 23rd, 2025. Be sure to check out our YouTube channel, Powell's Fundamentals, for more videos like this one and for links to all the sources we've discussed today.
Today we covered a wide range of topics, from the ever-changing weather to political and economic developments, and even heartwarming stories of individual dedication.
One theme we saw today was the challenge of balancing economic interests with ethical considerations.
This was apparent in the discussions surrounding the sale of Faroe's companies to foreign entities. While these sales might provide immediate financial benefits, they also raise questions about the long-term impact on Faroe's ownership and control.
And we saw it again with the controversy surrounding the Danish shipyard Fjord and its servicing of vessels linked to the Russian shadow fleet.
These are multifaceted issues with no simple solutions.
Another point that emerged today was the impact of individual actions.
From Sayan Olavsdottir Hansen's commitment to the Faroes Cancer Registry to the young people participating in the Youth Parliament, we see how individuals can make a difference.
Their stories are reminders that personal actions can contribute to positive change.
And that wraps up our Faroe Islands news report for January 23rd, 2025.
Thanks for joining us on Powell's Fundamentals. Be sure to subscribe to our channel for more.